a thriving city of 15,000 people had stopped existing. Not slowly, not over years. In less than a single day, the city beneath the mountain, Pompeii, in the year 79 AD, was not a ruin. It was one of the most vibrant cities in the Roman world. Wealthy merchants built villas with painted walls and private gardens, public baths, theaters, and a bustling forum filled with market stalls made it a place people were proud to call home. Towering above it all sat Mount Vesuvius, green and lush, its slopes covered in vineyards. Almost no one living in Pompeii understood that Vesuvius was a volcano at all. It had not erupted in living memory. To them, it was simply a mountain. They were wrong. August 20th. The first tremors. Small earthquakes begin rattling the region 4 days before the eruption. This is not unusual for the area, and most residents brush it off. Pompeii had survived a major earthquake 17 years earlier and rebuilt. A few tremors seem like nothing new. August 24th, midday. The mountain wakes. Around noon, Vesuvius erupts. A column of ash, pumice, and gas shoots upward, eventually reaching over 15 miles into the sky. From Pompeii, it likely looks less like fire and more like a strange, towering cloud, shaped, according to one eyewitness account written years later, like an enormous pine tree stretching into the heavens. At first, there is confusion more than panic. Some residents gather to watch. Others begin quietly packing their belongings, unsure if this is truly dangerous or simply an unusual sight. 1 p.m. The ash begins to fall. Fine gray ash starts drifting down over the city, like snow that never stops. Within an hour, it thickens. Pumice stones, some the size of a fist, begin raining from the sky, striking roofs, littering the streets. 3 p.m. The sky turns black. The sun disappears entirely behind the ash cloud. Pompeii, in the middle of the afternoon, is plunged into a darkness so complete that people can no longer see their own hands in front of their faces. Panic spreads. Families begin fleeing through streets already ankle-deep, then knee-deep in fallen pumice. 6 p.m. The roofs begin to collapse. Hours of accumulating pumice and ash grow heavy enough to cave in roofs across the city. Some residents who chose to shelter indoors, believing it safer than the chaos outside, are crushed as their own homes come down around them. But here is the detail that makes this story even more devastating. The deadliest part of the eruption has not even started yet. Midnight. The first surge. Just after midnight, Vesuvius sends the first of what scientists now call a pyroclastic surge, a fast-moving cloud of superheated gas and volcanic material, racing down the mountainside at speeds that can exceed 100 miles per hour, with temperatures hot enough to instantly kill anyone in its path. This first surge strikes the nearby town of Herculaneum, closer to the mountain, wiping it out in moments. Pompeii, slightly farther away, still has a little time left. Not much, but some. 1 a.m. The second surge. A second surge follows. Still, Pompeii is spared the very worst, for now, though the ash and pumice outside have grown so deep that escape has become almost impossible for anyone who waited too long. 6:30 a.m. The surge that ends everything. Just before dawn, the most powerful surge yet tears down the mountainside and engulfs Pompeii completely. Temperatures inside this cloud are estimated to have reached several hundred degrees. Death, for those still remaining in the city, would have come in seconds, not minutes. The silence after. By the time the eruption finally ends, Pompeii is buried under nearly 20 feet of ash and volcanic debris. The city does not simply get damaged. It disappears entirely from the map, so thoroughly that for centuries afterward, most people forget exactly where it once stood. The discovery, 1,200 years later, it would not be until the 1700s that excavators rediscover Pompeii, preserved beneath the ash in a way almost nothing else in the ancient world has ever been preserved. Bread still sitting in ovens, graffiti still legible on walls, and most hauntingly of all, hollow spaces in the hardened ash where human bodies had decomposed, leaving behind perfect voids in the exact shape and position of the final moment of each person's life. By pouring plaster into these voids, archaeologists were able to recreate the actual final poses of victims, some shielding their faces, some curled together in final embrace. Nearly 2,000 years later, we can still see, with unsettling clarity, exactly how the people of Pompeii spent the last moments of their lives. Modern volcanologists studying Vesuvius have made something else clear. It is not extinct. It last erupted in 1944, and millions of people live on and around its slopes today. In cities like Naples, much as the residents of Pompeii once did, on a mountain they, too, have grown used to calling simply a mountain. If you want to see another single day that reshaped history forever, go back and watch our video on the last day of the Titanic.